15 years ago, the world was introduced to the inspirational life story of Chris Gardner when Will Smith starred as him in the film Pursuit of Happiness. And, you know, we haven't forgotten about him since.
You're not quitting on us yet, are you?
Don't ever let somebody tell you you can't do something. Not even me. All right?
All right. Love that movie.
Oh my God, it's so hard not to be touched by that story. Once again, Gardner, an entrepreneur, philanthropist, and motivational speaker, is doing what he does best, inspiring people with his latest book, Permission to Dream. The book is a blueprint for turning your dreams into a reality. And we do have the pleasure of having Chris Gardner joining us live this morning. Hello, Mr. Gardner. Oh, it's so great to see your smiling face on this Thursday. Congratulations on a book. You're already a bestseller, but congratulations on this new book that's sure to be a bestseller as well.
Thank you. I'm
course.
tremendously excited about it, and thank you guys for having me this morning.
Yeah, this is great. It's so touching, Mr. Gardner, because we know everybody is touched by your story that we saw play out in the Pursuit of Happiness. I think it's because everybody has a dream, right? Everybody has a dream. They just have to find a way, the blueprint to achieving that dream. And that is what you hope to provide in this book called Permission to Dream. So tell us a little bit about the inspiration, because as I look through it, it seems as though this is almost a love or success letter to your 9-year-old granddaughter.
Oh man, this book was born 4 years ago. She is now 13.
Wow.
And she reminds me every day, I'm not a little girl anymore, I'm a young lady. Right?
Is she still dreaming to be president?
Well, you know what? I got to tell you, that's probably changed. That's probably changed, but the truth is, she wanted to try it on right then, that moment, to see how it felt. And I was in a position to help her see how it felt to sit at the desk of the President of the United States. And personally, she dug it.
Well, it's a good thing that you had the connect to make that happen, which I think is such an important story. I've got my tissue in here because I'm marking the pages as I continue to read through this beautiful book. It is a love story. It's a love story to your partner, Holly. It's a love story to your granddaughter, but it's also a love story to our own personal dreams. And you talk in this book about the practicality of putting those dreams into action, right? You have 3 R's. Talk to us about that.
You know what? The original 3 R's, you guys are too young. You don't remember the song we used to have to sing in elementary school about the 3 R's. Reading, writing, and arithmetic.
Yep.
But there's a new 3 R's, the rep, the rap, and the Rolodex.
Oh, okay.
Right now, today, you've got to have a reputation for excellence and integrity in your business and your personal affairs. The rap, you've got to be able to communicate. You can have the best goods, services, or products in the world, but if you cannot rap, if you can't communicate it, you will never sell or accomplish anything. And the Rolodex. And for some of your viewers who might be a little younger, the Rolodex was this big paper thing.
Right? It wasn't in your phone.
Before we had a smartphone, we had a Rolodex. And what we're talking about there are your relationships. Relationships can be more important than money. Relationships can make things happen that money cannot.
Absolutely.
And they are to be cherished and treasured.
Yes.
Relationships make all the difference in the world.
And that's how you were able to call up President Obama and get your granddaughter in that seat, which was part of her dream, that relationship and Rolodex.
That's it.
Yes, those relationships, like you mentioned, they're great, and they have to be nurtured. Let's talk about some of your relationships that you've built with amazing people like Muhammad Ali, Nelson Mandela. I'm curious, what kind of dreams do you have for yourself?
You know what? My big dream right now, I'm in my JFK moment of my life. I was a little boy when I heard President Kennedy ask that immortal question, ask not what your country can do for you, but what you can do for your country. I am right now in the process of doing a tour that's going to have me speak at 1,000 public schools all across America.
Oh, wow.
And try to change the trajectory of young people's lives. That's my big dream right now.
That is amazing.
We're in the process right now. We're kicking it off in Southern California with 100 schools, coming to New York, down in Mississippi, downstate Illinois, 1,000 schools all across the country.
I think that is phenomenal. You're starting with young children who are so impressionable, and just to see you come in with not only these 3 R's, but with the experience and the background that you have. I want to talk about a passage in your book that I read, and it really struck with me. It said, circumstances can change radically in an instant. We each have to do a hard pivot toward a new and challenging terrain. I have to ask you, though, how do you encourage a lot of us to dream today when we see all the ills of society? We see what is happening with George Floyd. We see what is happening with Dante Wright. How do you encourage people to dream despite those challenges?
If you don't dream, the other side wins. If you don't dream, you quit. If you don't dream, you concede. And we cannot concede. This is the time to be going forward. In spite of all those things that you just mentioned, that always makes me mindful of my last conversation with my dear friend, Dr. Maya Angelou. We were once speaking on struggle, and she said to me, we must all be mindful that we have the people for this mountain. There are people who came before us who came up a steeper side of this mountain, carrying a bigger and heavier load with little to no opportunity, but they kept going forward, onward, and upward.
Right.
And still I rise.
Oh, you just gave
This
me
has
chills.
been done before.
Yeah.
Mr. Gardner, can you expound upon that? Because I can't help but kind of juxtapose your story decades ago. You were just trying to get in the game, right? You're trying to break the cycle and find your financial freedom. Right now, I know with a lot of folks that are in the, the millennial age range, even younger, there's this fervent conversation about generational wealth, right? Trying to start that now. What do you think about young people having that conversation? The fact that all you have to do to be a day trader is have a phone and download an app. What do you think about the access and what we should be thinking about and doing with our money now to create that generational wealth in our communities?
Let me ask you a question. What's the life expectancy of a day trader?
Not very long, right? It can go in a second. Yeah.
Okay, what I'm talking to young people about right now, it's not about money. It's about becoming. It's not about getting. It's about becoming and being. And you know what? Let me tell you something. The young people that I'm talking to, they are very, very receptive to this whole idea of maybe it's not about stuff anymore. Maybe it's about being and becoming. So I think the other folks get a lot of press, but just as importantly, there's some young people in our country who want to do, be, and be more, not just get more.
Absolutely. You know, for a man who idolized Miles Davis, I'm so glad you did you, because you are making a difference in so many lives. Thank you so much. This is a beautiful book. It truly is.
Oh, thank you. I'm going to sign that for you. As soon as I can get to New York, I'm going to sign that for you in person.
Oh, I can't wait. Okay, I'm going to
Right.
hold on to it. And, you know, when you come here, hopefully we can have you in person on set with us. We would love to have you here.
I love, there's a little spot right there between you
Right
guys. I
here.
can sit
Just for you.
We're going to put a reserve sign right here for you. All right, Chris Gardner, it's been such a pleasure. Thank you for speaking with us.
Thank
Thank you for
you.
all that you've done. We appreciate it.
God bless. Thank you so much.
Take care.
All right, bye-bye.
Oh, doesn't he make you feel good?
My gosh.
Right?
So
Just
many
so
nuggets, so many
inspirational.
gems of wisdom there.